All right, let's dive into the first topic of our discussion today. Understanding the timing and frequency of repotting bonsai trees. This is a crucial aspect of bonsai care, as it plays a vital role in ensuring proper growth, health, and root development. Repotting bonsai trees is not something you do on a whim. It's essential to plan it according to the tree's age, species, and overall health. Generally, younger bonsai trees need to be repotted more frequently than older ones, as their roots grow and develop more quickly. As a rule of thumb, you can expect to repot a young bonsai tree every 1 to 2 years, while an older, more mature tree might only need repotting every 3 to 5 years. The best time to repot a bonsai tree is during its dormant period, usually in late winter or early spring, just before the new growth starts. This is because the tree's energy is focused on root development during this time, making it more resilient to the stress of repotting. However, it's important to note that different species of bonsai trees may have slightly different repotting schedules and requirements. For example, deciduous trees should be repotted in early spring, while tropical and subtropical trees can be repotted during the warmer months. Always research the specific needs of your bonsai species to ensure you're providing the best care possible. To determine if your bonsai tree needs repotting, you can look for some telltale signs. If the roots are starting to circle around the pot, or if water is draining poorly, it's probably time to repot. Additionally, if the tree's growth has slowed down significantly, or it appears unhealthy, repotting might be necessary to rejuvenate the tree and encourage new growth. In conclusion, understanding the timing and frequency of repotting is essential for maintaining your bonsai tree's health and ensuring proper root development. By following the general guidelines and researching the specific needs of your tree species, you can ensure that your bonsai thrives and continues to grow beautifully. Moving on to the next topic of discussion, learning how to properly remove the bonsai tree from its pot and assess the root system. This step is essential for determining the required level of root pruning and soil replacement, so it's important to get it right. First, you want to prepare your workspace. Then, lay down some newspaper or a plastic sheet to catch any soil or debris during the process. Also, make sure to have your pruning tools, new soil, and any other necessary materials at hand. Now, let's talk about removing the bonsai tree from its pot. Begin by gently loosening the soil around the edges of the pot with a chopstick or small spatula. So this will help you to separate the root ball from the pot without causing unnecessary damage. Next, carefully lift the tree out of the pot by holding the trunk near the base. Avoid pulling on the branches, as this can cause them to snap or become damaged. Once the tree is out of the pot, you'll need to assess the root system. Gently remove the soil from the roots using a root hook or chopstick, taking care not to damage the delicate roots. Examine the roots for signs of rot or disease, such as dark, mushy areas or a foul smell. Healthy roots should be firm and off-white, or tan in color. At this point, you should be able to determine the level of root pruning and soil replacement needed. If the roots are excessively long, tangled, or circling the root ball, they will need to be pruned to encourage compact, healthy growth. If the soil is compacted or has poor drainage, we'll need to replace it with a fresh, appropriate bonsai soil mix. In summary, properly removing the bonsai tree from its pot and assessing the root system is a crucial step in the repotting process. By carefully following these guidelines, you'll be able to determine the necessary level of root pruning and soil replacement, setting your bonsai up for success in its new pot. Now that we've covered removing the bonsai tree from its pot and assessing the root system, let's dive into our next topic, mastering the techniques of root pruning and wiring the root system. These skills are essential for creating a stable base for your bonsai tree and encouraging healthy, compact root growth. Root pruning is a vital part of repotting bonsai trees. When you prune the roots, you're not only helping to maintain the tree's size and shape, but also promoting the growth of new, finer roots that can absorb nutrients more efficiently. Before you begin, make sure you have a sharp pair of root pruning scissors or shears, as clean cuts will help prevent damage and encourage faster healing. To prune the roots, start by removing any dead, damaged, or diseased roots. These will appear dark, mushy, or discolored, and should be cut back to healthy tissue. Next, trim back any excessively long or thick roots, as these can take up too much space in the pot and limit the growth of finer roots. Aim to create a balanced root system with evenly distributed roots that radiate outward from the trunk. In some cases, you may also need to wire the root system to create a stable base for the tree and encourage a specific root direction. To do this, use a thin, flexible wire, such as aluminum or copper wire, designed specifically for bonsai trees. Gently wrap the wire around the roots, being careful not to damage them. The goal is to provide gentle support and guidance, not to constrict or strangle the roots. Once the roots are wired, you can position them in the desired direction within the pot. By mastering the techniques of root pruning and wiring the root system, you'll create a stable base for your bonsai tree and encourage healthy, compact root growth. This will not only help your tree thrive in its new pot, but also contribute to its overall health and longevity. Remember, practice makes perfect. So don't be afraid to learn from experience and refine your techniques as you continue your bonsai journey. Let's now focus on our fourth topic, gaining knowledge about the appropriate soil mixtures and drainage layers for different bonsai species. This is essential to ensure that your tree receives optimal water and nutrient uptake, contributing to its overall health and growth. Bonsai trees require a specific type of soil, which is usually a mixture of organic and inorganic components. The exact composition of the soil mix will vary depending on the species of your bonsai tree, as well as factors such as climate, humidity, and local conditions. It's crucial to research the specific needs of your bonsai species and adjust the soil mix accordingly. In general, a good bonsai soil mix should provide excellent drainage, aeration, and water retention. Common inorganic components include akadama, pumice, lava rock, and kanuma, while organic components can consist of peat moss, pine bark, or coconut core. The ratio of organic to inorganic materials may vary, but a common starting point is a 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 ratio, with more inorganic materials for better drainage. In addition to the soil mix, it's important to include a drainage layer at the bottom of the pot. This can be made of coarse materials, such as gravel, lava rock, or large akadama particles. The drainage layer helps to prevent waterlogging and root rot, allowing excess water to escape the pot while retaining an appropriate amount of moisture for the tree. When repotting your bonsai tree, it's essential to replace the old soil with the new appropriate mix. Gently remove as much of the old soil as possible from the roots without damaging them, and then position the tree in the pot with the new soil mixture and drainage layer. In conclusion, understanding the appropriate soil mixtures and drainage layers for your bonsai species is crucial for ensuring optimal water and nutrient uptake. By doing your research and adjusting the soil mix and drainage layer according to your tree's specific needs, you'll set your bonsai up for success and promote healthy growth in its new pot. Finally, let's discuss our last topic, becoming proficient in repotting steps, such as positioning the tree, adding soil, and watering. These steps are crucial for ensuring a successful transition and continued growth of your bonsai tree after repotting. Once you've prepared the pot with the drainage layer and a layer of the new soil mix, it's time to position your bonsai tree. Place the tree in the pot at the desired angle and depth, keeping in mind its aesthetic, appearance, and balance. For most bonsai trees, the ideal position is slightly off-center in the pot. However, this can vary depending on the tree's unique characteristics and your personal preferences. After positioning the tree, carefully spread the roots outwards, ensuring they are evenly distributed over the soil surface. This will help promote even growth and prevent the roots from becoming tangled or compacted. Now, add the remaining soil mix to the pot gently working it into the spaces between the roots using a chopstick or a small spatula. Be sure to fill in any air pockets, as these can cause the roots to dry out and potentially harm the tree. Once the tree is securely in place and the soil is added, it's time to water your bonsai thoroughly. This step is crucial for helping the tree adjust to its new environment and encouraging root growth. Use a watering can with a fine nozzle to gently soak the soil, making sure it's evenly moistened without disturbing the tree's position. You may need to water the tree several times to ensure the soil is adequately saturated. In the weeks following repotting, keep a close eye on your bonsai tree's health and water it regularly. The tree may undergo a period of stress and adjustment, so it's essential to provide extra care and attention during this time. Monitor the tree for signs of growth and be prepared to adjust your care routine as needed. In conclusion, becoming proficient in the repotting steps is crucial for ensuring the successful transition and continued growth of your bonsai tree. By carefully positioning the tree, adding soil, and watering, you'll set your bonsai up for success and help it thrive in its new pot. Remember, practice makes perfect, so don't be afraid to refine your skills and learn from experience as you continue your bonsai journey.